Alright, what's up guys? So, it's hard to believe it's that time. I've had this thing for almost a year and a half. Oh, look at the fountain blue, it's almost done. Sorry, getting sidetracked. So anyway, had this thing for almost a year and a half. It's got over 3,500 miles on it now. And it's time to do a review and let you know what I think about it after all this time. So let's go to the review spot. Ah, it's gonna make me go around. Darn it. Alright. So if you saw my 750 mile review, I did it here. So that was quite a while ago. So how good could this thing still possibly be after this amount of time and this many miles? Well, let's find out. It's a little dirty, of course. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I've had almost no issues with this thing at all in this amount of time. The only problem I've ever had with it is the back tire went flat, and it is now tubeless. Now these are tubeless tires, but they come from the factory with inner tubes, which is kind of weird. And if you launch these things off of curbs too many times, you will pinch the back inner tube for sure, and it's a real hassle to fix it, so I don't recommend that. But I had the valve stem bored out on the back tire. It's got a car valve stem in there now, and it's a tubeless tire. And I mean, for hundreds of miles now, it's been very good, no problems at all. I just have to put a little air in it like every 4 or 5 days. But I keep getting hair in my mouth. Other than that, I've had zero issues with this scooter. It's maybe the most reliable thing I've ever had. You just don't have to do anything to them. Let's see, wait, that's not exactly true. This one has front brakes, and there's a little knob down here. Every so often, you give it a couple of twists, and the brakes tighten up a little bit, and there you go. I've only had to do that like twice in this whole amount of time, and it's that easy and it takes that long. So yeah, still getting 25 miles out of a charge, no issue. I could probably get more than that still, but it's just a good scooter all the time. Now, most of you already know that I have the newest and best kind of version of the long range commuter and the Hiboy lineup. That is the Max Pro, and it is quite a bit more smooth than this. I mean, it's like floating on a cloud, actually. It is a little faster, and the range is at least as good. But otherwise, I think this still represents a better value. I still ride this one every day, almost every day. And there are advantages to this one. It's got pretty much all the range of the Max Pro, but it's a little smaller. It's noticeably lighter and more portable. And if you live on the second floor, those are all advantages. So this is the one I find myself carrying down the stairs a lot more frequently than the Max Pro, which is, I don't know, 11 pounds or so heavier than this. But anyway, 3,500 miles, still going strong. Really no issues at all. The folding operation is still good. It goes down, comes right back up, snaps into place, no problems at all. Piece of cake. You can carry it like a suitcase. This one's been in this casino and many others. I take it in with me everywhere. That's another advantage, I think, to this one over the Max Pro, is it's excuse me, it's noticeably smaller, and a lot less people seem to have an issue with me taking this one inside somewhere than they do with that one. I still take that one in pretty much everywhere too, but this one, smaller scooter, it's just I don't know. This one, it just makes a lot more sense all around, I think. This was an $850 scooter when I bought mine. I saved 50 bucks and got it for $799.99, which was a good deal at the time. Now, if you use the link and code down below, as of the making of this video, you can get one of these for $539.99, which is a really incredibly good value. This is still, after a year and a half and 3,500 miles, I still think that this is the budget commuter to get. I would buy another one of these, I think, before I buy another Max Pro. Now, the Max Pro is a wonderful scooter. I'm going to do a review on that soon. But I mean, for now, I think this is the one to get. This is a better deal. I'm not trying to talk you out of that one. I just, you know, for a lot of reasons, I find myself riding this one more. It just seems more usable. Even when I had a motorcycle and a Honda Ruckus, this was still the thing that I reached for the most. It just makes the most sense in most cases, and it's got the range, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, I don't know what else to say about it, really. It's dirty, but it's good. It still works every bit as well as it did. I thought it was maybe getting a little slow there for a minute, but it's actually, you know, it was, the back tire was a little low, and then I compared it to the new Max Pro, and there's no lag at all. There's no lack of acceleration at all. It was all in my head, and the back tire was a little spongy, so it was a little slower than usual that day. But you know, otherwise it's just as good. It's still as strong as it ever was. It hasn't lost any power. Let's go ride it around. You know, it still gets up like it did. It still goes as fast as it ever did. It's still got cruise control, which I still use a lot. Oh, I barely twisted the brakes adjustment thing, and now the brakes are nice and tight again. That's all you had to do. It took like 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds. And that's the only maintenance you ever have to do on this thing. So I don't know if it gets any better than that. I've been riding two-wheeled stuff in some form or another my entire life. These aren't necessarily my favorite things to ride, but they do certainly seem to make the most sense. So, but this one in particular is just as good as it gets. For the money, you're just not going to do any better. I don't know of a scooter that's as good as this one for the money. So, I mean, I love this thing the very first time I ever rode it, and nothing has changed since then. It's still every bit as good. I still love it every bit as much. I have nicer, faster things to ride. This has always actually been my slowest electric scooter that I've ever had. But it's still great. I mean, like, it's still a blast to ride. I don't really find myself wanting more when I'm out on the Hiboy S2 Max. It's like, it's just right. It's just the perfect amount of everything. Everybody that I know that's ever ridden one of these has absolutely loved it. Some of those people have even gone out and bought their own. So, you know, I would never feel bad about recommending this scooter. I mean, I think this is always probably the one I would recommend the most out of everything I've ever ridden. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to ask. You know, our Hiboy scooters in general, I've been riding them for a year and a half now. I have 2 of them in my own scooter collection, and I love them both very much. But this one makes the most sense for so many reasons. $539.99, tons of range, plenty of power. It's smooth. It feels great to ride it. You're gonna love it if you haven't tried it. So anyway, I guess that's gonna do it for this one. Again, ask any questions if you have them. Comment down below if you want to. If you own this scooter yourself, you know, let me know how you like it, how you're enjoying yours. Otherwise, links and codes are posted so you can get that deal while it still exists. So yeah, hope to see you out here on one of these someday. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I'm going to do a review on my Hiboy Max Pro here pretty soon, if you're considering getting one of those as well. So thanks again, guys. I look forward to seeing you again next time.